which country is the world's third largest democracy?
Welcome to Indonesia.
Welcome to Indonesia.
Welcome to Indonesia.
Indonesians are renowned for their friendly attitude and their world-famous smile. And national government statistics indicate that the country has something to smile about. In 2010, Indonesia enjoyed economic growth of 6.1%. Per capita income reached the $3,000 mark. Net exports reached their highest level since Indonesia claimed independence 65 years ago. The unemployment rate has fallen by nearly 2%. And key development indicators like childhood enrollment in schools are also positive. Indonesia's growing prominence on the world stage was evident at the 2010 World Economic Forum in Davos. Stefan Kuberle, the World Bank's country director for Indonesia, puts the country's success into perspective.
10 years ago, Indonesia was in the middle of an economic crisis and a difficult political transition. Today, it has become a confident middle-income country that is a member of the G20 and leader of ASEAN. Over the past 10 years, it has lifted millions of people out of poverty and has been successful in maintaining macroeconomic stability and growth. It has been successful in creating a growing middle class and has inspired investor confidence and increasing capital inflows.
The World Bank has a strong track record of supporting the Indonesian government in building the foundations of growth. And today, as part of the World Bank Indonesia Country Partnership Strategy, the World Bank continues to provide strategic development assistance in key areas. Key highlights include education.
The bank has been supporting education in Indonesia in its role both as knowledge bank and financial supporter. Actually, recently, as knowledge bank, the bank has been acknowledged by the government as one of key leading or key partners. They have been engaging us in development of many policy development in important areas such as teacher management. In terms of programs, the bank has been supporting the government efforts in increasing access to education, especially for the unreached. And also we are supporting the government in improving quality and relevance of education. In doing those three things, the bank's supporting the government in all subsectors, spanning from early child education through higher education. And the most significant reflection of CPS is in our support in building the institutional capacity. We have been working with our partners in building the capacity of their staff, their key partners, both private and also local government. And also we are supporting the empowerment of community.
Another highlight are the poverty alleviation programs.
Well, when you look into it, almost all of our program aim is actually poverty alleviation. And we support the government through various programs that the government initiated. And just to name one of the most exciting one, which is the PNPM, Poverty Alleviation, is a National Community Empowerment Program. Is a CDD program that covers almost every single village and ward of Indonesia. Thus, we're really engaging with almost all people of Indonesia in this process.
And the key to our engagement is a partnership in a long process of learning and capacity building at all levels, from the community to local government and also national level.
We acknowledge that it's not going a short-term solution to this poverty alleviation, thus we engage all these parties in this process for poverty alleviation.
In addition to innovative programs, policy development initiatives are an integral component of World Bank support.
Government do understand for effective poverty eradications, they need not only the right programs, but also the right institutions, the right policy, the right data, and the right capacity. What we've been doing is strengthening evidence-based policy making in Indonesia. We do this by investing on Indonesian institutions, improving the policy, improving the data, and strengthening the capacity. For example, we work together with the Vice President Office to set up one unified database system to target the poor. We work together with Central Bureau of Statistics to set up prototypes of crisis monitoring systems. We also work together with Bappenas to conduct rigorous analytical works on social assistance public expenditure review.
The World Bank has also supported developments in infrastructure, as explained by the Ministry of State-Owned Enterprises.
World Bank introduced performance-based budgeting, and also they introduced what they call medium-term economic framework that allow the government to use the multi-year project. In one point, our colleagues in the fiscal office doesn't like to have a kind of multi-year project because they think that the fiscal risk is too risky. But as infrastructure person, the efficiency of the what we call multi-year project is definitely needed. Yeah, is important. Can predict our budgeting need better, and our completion of the development of infrastructure is even more accurate, giving more time to plan in terms of general plannings as well as the detailed engineering design, and then also giving ample time for the implementation of the work.
In order to provide the government with intensified and focused support, the World Bank also works closely with other development agencies.
Other development partners are incredibly important for the work in Indonesia. We work with the development partners in analytic work, where we work very closely with the government in analyzing policy issues and trying to find concrete policy proposals. And at the same time, we also work on financial transactions. Donors give us trust funds that help us leverage the impact of the World Bank's engagement in Indonesia. They help us build the knowledge base and help us formulate reforms that are advising the government.
And while the government is making commendable strides, significant challenges still remain.
Indonesia has been very successful in maintaining growth and macroeconomic stability. Although it has been very successful in creating a vibrant middle class, the achievement of Millennium Development Goals still remains an unfulfilled promise. At the same time, it faces significant challenges in sustaining this growth and making sure it reaches its full potential. A big part of this is enabling its institutions to formulate policy and to execute this policy and implement those policies.
Indonesia is currently the largest World Bank program, and the country director has his eye on the future.
Creating the infrastructure that is needed to fulfill its full growth potential remains one of the biggest obstacles at the moment. And Indonesia still needs to address weak service standards and the legacy of corruption.
It is clear that under the 4-year country partnership strategy, the government sees the World Bank as an important resource to support the country's development.
So I think I see the bank as institutions that can help us, go through these transitions. It means, I think the most important thing is how can we make decisions which can be accepted by the people, because we are more democratic right now, but also effective in the sense that we can increase our welfare as soon as possible.
The World Bank, investing in Indonesia's institutions for inclusive and sustainable development.